Let's face it, marketing your music probably feels like selling sand at the beach, but don't worry, that's why I made this video. I'm here to help. Stick around and I will show you what ad agencies know that you don't. Hey, my name is Brian. I'm the founder of Struggleville, a place for lost musicians to get a roadmap. I have been in the music world for 18 years, and I have been working for ad agencies all around the country for the past 6 years. And I have helped build campaigns for billion-dollar brands that make people want to buy things they didn't even know they need. And now I'm here to help musicians like you steal those strategies from the big players. So yeah, you could say you're in good hands, decent hands. Don't make it weird. Anyways, you're not just a musician, okay? You're a global brand. Think like Nike, but with guitars and fewer lawsuits. Whether you got 10 or 10,000 fans, the internet makes it possible for you to reach them wherever they're at, as long as they have, an internet connection. That sounds pretty cool, right? Global brand and all that. The problem is nobody cares yet. Here's the thing, ad agencies, they don't just wake up one day and throw a commercial out, right? They plan. Every single campaign has a strategy, a timeline, clear goals, right? And we could use a little bit of that in the music world. You need a plan, a content calendar, campaigns that build on each other, strategy that gives fans time to see you, time to connect with you, and time to take action. That is all very important. So let's start with the beginning. Let's talk about your hook. Your first 3 seconds is super critical. If your content doesn't grab someone immediately, then they're off. We have an unlimited amount of other options. I'm going to scroll and watch a ferret dance. So we've got to give them something that's scroll stopping. Something surprising, something that's funny, something that screams, hey, you watch this or regret it forever. Not forever, but you get my point. You need a high quality hook. It's not optional. It's essential. And once you have their attention, don't let it slip. There's something in science called a pattern reset. It's the reason you forget what you were looking for once you walk through the door into another room. And when you utilize it in a video, it looks like a frame cut, a zooming in, a zooming out, some additional context, a shift in tone or visuals. The idea is to kind of jolt people back awake, keep them engaged with what you're doing. Attention is currency. We all know that. We see it at play every day. Don't lose the attention of your fans by being super predictable. Now let's talk about clarity. A lot of musicians worry that making bad content is the problem, when in reality, it's probably confusing content that kills interest faster than anything else. People don't really have the time or the patience to stop and inspect and figure out what your video or your post is about if it's not super clear. Is it a performance? Is it behind the scenes? Are you selling something or asking us to do something? We need to tell our audience quickly and clearly what they are expecting. And that doesn't always use words. Sometimes it's just in the setup. But the clearer your message is, the easier it is for fans to connect with you. And the easier it is for them to connect with you, the more likely they are to stick around. Now here's the fun part. Your secret weapon isn't just your music, it isn't just the internet, it's you. There are millions of musicians out there trying to do what we are trying to do, but there is only one of you. There's only one of each of us, and that in the ad business is called your unique selling point. So lean into your quirks and your story, your weird sense of humor, whatever makes you different. People don't just want to hear your music, they want to know who you are. They want to know who they're supporting. And so stop just sitting in front of your phone and playing a song on your acoustic guitar and hoping that that is enough. Double down on your you-ness, Are you funny? Be funny. Are you raw and emotional? Show that. If you're a literal unicorn, go full mythical beast. Whatever makes you stand out, just use it. Unique selling point. Here's some sciencey sounding stuff, some numbers that ad agencies keep top of mind that musicians don't, and it is the reason ad agencies are more effective salespeople than musicians. It's not just the team, it's their expectations, all right? The first thing is called the rule of 7, and that states that people need to see your music or your face 7 to 10 times before they're even going to think about clicking, following, or especially buying something from you. It's why your favorite toothpaste ad is singed into your brain. Crest knows what they're doing. You got to say something, then you got to say it again about 7 to 10 more times. So if your marketing feels repetitive, congratulations, you're doing it right. Be the human version of that annoying but effective insurance jingle, You know the one. Your goal is to be unforgettable. Your goal is to stick around, all right, like glitter or like a bad tattoo. Also, ad agencies don't just wing it. They test, they track, and they tweak. Meanwhile, we're over here as musicians just throwing spaghetti against the wall, hoping something sticks. No offense to spaghetti. It's delicious. It's just not a good marketing strategy. Now, the marketing pros, they use data to see what works, So don't look at those views to hurt your own feelings. Use them to see what is spiking above other things, what's working. And the pros also don't market to everyone. They use retargeting, they use avatars for their ideal customers, and they speak to them, And retargeting is the way that some ads seem to follow you around like a stalker with Wi-Fi. Here's some numbers. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt, but it's important to know. On social media, a 1 to 2% conversion rate is pretty good. So if you have 100 followers, 2 of those people seeing it or liking it is average, all right? It's not terrible. It doesn't mean you're failing. It's normal. So if 2 people out of 100 like your post, then you're winning, And that consistency is what's important, not the numbers. Small numbers, big impact. For email marketing, you're going to shoot for like a 20% open rate and a 2 to 5% click-through rate. That means that for every 100 people on your email list, 20 people might open it and 2 to 5 of them might actually click through to buy something. And that is normal. That is good. So plan accordingly. On your website, it's also 2 to 5% click-through rate. So when people go to look at your merch page, out of 100, 2 to 5 might actually buy something. Stop seeing these small numbers as failures. They are not. They're normal. That's what is supposed to happen. And it is the building block of a viable career in music. You got to do it brick by brick, baby. Getting sad every time that you don't get a viral amount of viewers is really going to hurt your strategy in the long run. Another thing that ad agencies know and big businesses know that musicians don't, or they don't act on at least, is the value of a funnel. And not the one for beer. I'm talking about turning strangers into super fans. You got to start with attracting fans who are strangers. So you need to post content that's attention grabbing, and get them to swipe right. And then you want to nurture those fans. You want to use your emails. You want to use your content to build some kind of trust. Text back for once, right? And then you want to convert those fans. You want to sell your stuff to them. That means you have to ask them to buy your stuff. That's part of the deal. It's not magic. It's a system, and when it works, it works. And when you're asking for people to buy your stuff, to take that action, keep those conversion rates in mind, because you'll think you're failing when you're winning, and that's awful. Let's talk a little bit about paid ads. Paid ads, I do not believe, are a first move for anybody in any sort of business. You need a strong organic content game before you're running money to paid ads. But paid ads are incredibly helpful. They're great for testing, and they are great for expanding the pool of potential clicks. Essentially. Paid ads are not a magic bullet for instant fame, all right? They're about scale. You can expect 0.5 to 1% click-through on paid ads, all right? Out of those clicks, 1 to 2% of them might buy something. All right, so it's not a magic wand, It's actually a way to set money on fire if you don't know what you're doing. But done right, it amplifies your megaphone. So instead of converting 2 people out of 100, now you're converting 20 people out of 1,000, or 200 people out of 10,000, whatever that percentage is. I'm probably messing up the numbers because I'm a musician. So let's talk about the mistakes that you don't want to make. Number 1, treating your music marketing like a one-night stand. You need consistency. You need to follow up. Mistake number 2, targeting everyone. You got to be specific. You're not pizza. Be specific. Mistake number 3 is expecting miracles. Marketing in any business is a marathon, and musicians have this terrible habit of treating everything like the lottery. We hope for an A&R exec to be at our next gig and give us our career. We want that random video that we posted on a whim to go viral, and when it doesn't, we think we are significantly flawed, and that's just no way to operate any sort of business. Adjust your expectations accordingly using these numbers, using these insights, and cry less. I don't know. Believe me, I get it. Marketing your music feels overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. That's why I made Struggleville, and in Struggleville, we have a 3-month music marketing boot camp that is going to help you level up in all of these areas and maybe start to build a career that actually works. We're going to teach you how to build your back end for your online business, how to build automated systems that work for you even when you're on tour or working your day job or hungover or depressed. And it's going to turn you into the marketer that will make the music career of your dreams come true. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, you're a musician and a business. Your music is the product you sell, and it's mostly free in lots of places, so it takes scrappiness to build a career that actually works. And there's a lot of wrong ways to do it, and not as many right ways to do it. And if you want some help identifying the right strategy for you going forward, come on over to welcometosstruggleville.com, book a free call with me. I'd love to talk a little bit of strategy with you and see if Struggleville can be a way to get you to the music career of your dreams faster. See you in Struggleville.